Chances are high that you know what Minecraft is, at least to some degree. The brand has been around forever, and it's a video game that people have played for a really long time now. And many of you might not have known that a movie was being made, or if you did know about a movie being made, you probably heard about it somewhere back in 2014 and then forgot that this was even going to come to fruition at this point. But there's a trailer out and the reception is quite mixed, and I kind of just want to talk about it a little bit. As always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. It helps our channel out a ton. And then visit criticalist.com. Do that because it's super important to us. It's our entertainment reviewing platform where you can review movies and television shows. So let us know what you think about the stuff that you've been watching lately and drop us a review. And on to talking about Minecraft, because I have seen the trailer and I am quite perplexed. So right at the jump here with the trailer, I saw this shot and I'm like, man, that actually looks pretty cool. You know, we get this obviously computer generated version of Minecraft, but this looks pretty awesome. Now, one big thing to note here is this movie is going to be live action. And when we saw the cast, one of the people that kind of raised an eyebrow a little bit was Jason Momoa. And it's like, who is he going to play and how is he going to be in this movie? And now that I've seen the trailer, I'm really not sure how I feel about it. Typically, you think about Jason Momoa as playing the tough guy character who is, going to be rough and rowdy and whatnot, but we get whatever is happening over here. I don't even know how to process this and what he is going to be for this movie. It's quite wild, and there's a part of me that hates it and another that kind of likes it and wants to see what on God's green earth this is. Now, if you were to scour the interwebs today, like I said, the opinions seem to be mixed, and I don't know where I sat with it, but I can tell you that after watching this trailer that my kids are going to love it. I mean, looking at things like that sheep that they just showed on screen and these pigs, like they're absurd and ridiculous, and it kind of works. There's a part of me that kind of likes it, but also just looking at like that last shot, there's a lot of green screen stuff happening here, which is going to make sense, but this almost has a vibe of like one of those things where you mix animation with live action, and if they can pull those things off together, maybe this could work. And they're going fully ridiculous with it, which I think is probably the smartest move. But the thing is that this movie has had a ton of production problems and has, like I said, been around since 2014. Now, I will say, just witnessing this right here, the fact that Jack Black is playing Steve, actually, I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of getting over the Jack Black shtick. He seems to just keep being the same kind of... He's just kind of himself lately in pretty much everything. And so I don't know. I don't know that he was the right choice for this. What they did with Jason Momoa is at least intriguing to me, and the rest of the characters we'll just have to see as the movie goes. But there is going to be a whole lot of small bits of practical, but then the backgrounds and stuff being CGI. There's almost no way to avoid that with a movie like this, I think, with everything having to be cubed and squared off and all that. So all of that is going to really depend on the live action elements mixed with basically like this CG animated movie, and if they work together or if it is just jarring that it's wall-to-wall green screens, because it kind of makes me think about something like recently with Borderlands. And if you haven't seen Borderlands, just good, lucky you, don't. But this one, we could have a Borderlands result or we could have a Lego movie result. But I think that the Lego movie result is going to be very difficult to hit, being that this is having a live action element to it. But one thing that I wanted to talk about with this movie is the stuff that most people probably don't know. I was tracking this early on because when they said they were making it, I was like, oh, of course they are. And that was, like I said, back in 2014. But when I heard that Rob McElhenney was doing this, I got really excited. They were planning on it being this $150 million budget. And he worked on it for like 2.5 years. And that's what this GameSpot article is talking about. I can put it in the show notes. But basically, he came out and talked about it publicly after the whole thing fell apart. Basically, it comes down to shifting leads over at Warner Brothers. And basically, when another executive got in, they kind of canned his version of this movie, made it not happen, and he fell off of it. And then we got a new director. And that one actually intrigued me as well. And that's the current director, which is Jared Hess. Now, if you don't know who he is, this is the guy that did Napoleon Dynamite, Gentlemen Broncos, and Nacho Libre. Now, granted, if you know, that was quite some time ago. Those are older movies. And the stuff that he's done lately has been decent. Last Man on Earth was a fairly successful TV show. And I actually liked Son of Zorn fairly well, even though it didn't last long. But the last bigger movie he did, I think, was Masterminds, which was so-so as far as how it was received. And then he did this Thelma the Unicorn movie, which seemed a little bit off-brand for him. But he's known for doing wacky, weird stuff, so this could be a good fit for him. I just don't know. It depends on if they can really let him capture his comedy and what he does well of just being ridiculous and over the top. So there's still some hope, I think, with him being attached to this. But after seeing this trailer, I really don't know. I kind of made this video partially just to hear what you guys thought. I want to hear where everybody sits after seeing this trailer, because it's so weird. This is kind of nightmarish but funny as well, and I know that my kids are gonna love it. They're gonna think that this is awesome. I mean, as long as the movie is fairly well done, they can, at least see they can recognize a bad film, and kids will eat up a whole lot, though, as long as they're having fun while they're watching it. So the animation is kind of cool. I like it. I don't hate it. But a lot of people are like, this is a nightmare factory. I hate it. And also, what is going on with Jason Momoa? So, yeah, I mean, this movie has been through so many problems. Announced in 2014, multiple delays. It has had 3 release dates. It was supposed to come out in May 24th of 2019. Then it moved to March of 2022. And now April of 2025. So we're looking at a release basically, about a year from now, next year. Well, not quite, actually, less than that, but it's still going to be a movie for next year. And so we've got a little bit of time. Hopefully they don't push this date back again. And obviously they got messed up a bit too when everything happened with COVID. So it's just had a lot of problems, and that quite often spells a rough movie when things take that long to make and have that rough of production. So who knows what this movie's going to be? I just want to know what you guys think and want to hear your thoughts below in the comments. So let me know, are you going to see the Minecraft movie? Are you only going to see it because your kids made you see it? Or are you going to wait and see what happens with the reviews on places like Criticalist and see if everybody is trashing it before taking the risk? But that's going to be it for today, guys. I just wanted to talk about this Minecraft movie because it's freaking weird and ridiculous. And I still really, really don't know how I feel about Jason Momoa. And even more so, I don't know how I feel about Jack Black even being in this movie at all. So give me your thoughts, and we will be back here for the news again tomorrow.